Well, hey guys, we are back at Costco. It is a new month and they have a ton of new exciting skincare for us to check out and chat about. These are new goat milk bar soaps, Australian allegedly. Now, goat's milk may be a natural source of lactic acid, but to what extent you're getting consistent levels of lactic acid from goat's milk in a product like this? It's hard to say. Where is the goat's milk? I'm not seeing it on the ingredient. Or maybe it's just this one is goat's milk. The other ones are just scented. Yeah, let's see. So the lactic acid can be hydrating and it can help soften and exfoliate dry, rough skin. Yep, there we go. Goat's milk. Shea butter is also moisturizing. This does have fragrance in it, but yeah, I mean, it's an option for bathing. How many do you get? 8 bars for $16.49. But you also have the Kirkland Signature for $12.99. But the one I really like the most, actually, and not sponsored, is Dove Sensitive Skin. And by the most, I mean of the ones that they have here, the fragrance-free bar. This is really a nice one. It's moisturizing, it doesn't strip the skin, and it's good for cleansing. If you've never used a bar soap before, you don't need much lather. I think that's where some people can run into issue. A bar soap can last a really long time. Bars do not harbor bacteria or microbes or anything pathogenic. Bar soaps, they're hygienic. They're waterless, so they don't really facilitate microbe growth. Now, if you're someone who prefers a body wash, what we have here, this seems like a decent deal for the Dove Sensitive Skin. I don't think this is fragrance-free. They recently reformulated these Dove body washes, microbiome gentle cleansing. Harsh cleansers can be disruptive to the skin microbiome. Yeah, this one does have fragrance in it, which is a common allergen. You can tell it does because the box is giving off the Dove smell. So I've tried the new reformulated one. I bought it a while ago at Kroger, and honestly, I don't really like it that much. It kind of leaves the skin feeling filmy. They also have this deep moisture formula, which allegedly is more moisturizing than last time. $16.89 for the 3-pack. Whereas you can get the 16-pack of the bar soap for $17.89. Back here we have some OGX body washes. Now, I've tried the coconut and coffee lotion from this company, but I've not tried the body wash. I have to sneak in here between these carts of random things. Let's check it out. Ugh. We have body wash and scrub set. Now, these little scrubs, the beads in these, they are pretty mild. They're pretty gentle. They deform on the skin surface without agitating it, so they're not as aggressive as like walnut shell particles, but you don't really need the scrub component in there, although some people who have keratosis pilaris enjoy stuff like that to help soften and exfoliate the rough bumps. But honestly, just the washcloth rubbing over that rough and bumpy stuff combined with the water and the surfactants in the body wash can help dislodge. You don't necessarily need the mechanical exfoliant. You get coconut coffee, coconut, and rose water and pink sea salt. $13.49. Yeah, I haven't tried the body wash, but I have tried the moisturizer. It's kind of oily and it has a pretty strong coffee scent, which I like, but yeah, if you're allergic to fragrance, these are a no-go. Cocomital propyl betaine is a mild surfactant, comes from coconut. Some people develop an allergy to it. Interestingly enough, if you become allergic to that, you're still fine to come in contact with coconut itself. Like, coconut oil is not a problem for people who are allergic to the derivatives. Then there's good old-fashioned rain bath. Did they add a fig scent? I've actually never, I don't think have I used rain bath? This is on sale right now, $12.49. It seems like it's always here. Sodium lauryl sulfate and cocomital propyl betaine. Those are the surfactants in this that help remove oil, dirt, debris, excess sebum. I wonder how this performs. It seems like it might be a little on the harder side because I'm not seeing much in the way of like super moisturizing ingredients in this, aside from glycerin and humectant. Looky, looky, you guys. This, you get the Bioderma Sensi Bio Micellar Water, $16.99. I wonder if this will go on sale at some point. I'm sure it will. And I like this push top where you can press the cotton swab there and get the product out. Y'all know, if you're new here, I don't get along well with micellar waters for the most part. I find that they burn and sting when removing my makeup, and I just don't find that they're super effective. This is the exception. This is really good. It's free of fragrance. It's very sensitive skin friendly. So I do recommend that you wash this off though. Like, I would not, it's okay to leave on the skin, but I would not get in the habit of doing that. Like if you're, you know, having a long flight or whatever and you need to do some sort of a face wash, this is a fine option. You know, you can't just go in the bathroom on an airplane and wash your face. That water is not potable, as they say. So this is fine in that situation. But if you're using it on a regular basis to remove your makeup, I suggest doing a double cleanse to remove the makeup residue plus the micellar water residue in total. Last time I came here in the vlogs, this was here, and I think it's a really good deal. I'm currently wearing this mascara, actually, the L'Oreal Telescopic, and it is really good. I haven't tried the eyeliner, but you get the 2 mascaras and the eyeliner for $22.99. It's a really good deal. It's a really nice mascara. It lengthens and lifts. Now, this was peeking at us over there, the Rock Revive and Glow Daily Serum. This is a vitamin C serum. You get 2 here for originally $49.99, but right now it's on sale for $34.99. This has 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. That's a stable form of vitamin C. It's an antioxidant, so it may help minimize free radicals that, yes, could lead to hyperpigmentation. But there's not much research showing that it like actually gets into your skin and converts to ascorbic acid to improve collagen. Nonapeptide 9, probably just hydrating, and then this has fragrance in it. Peptides visibly lifts and firms the skin. Visibly lifts? Like, what do they mean by that? Doubtful. This body butter is back in action. I tried this last year and it's not too bad. It, you know, you might think, oh, is this going to be like a dupe for the Brazilian Boom Boom cream, the Sol de Janeiro one? It's not, but it's pretty nice. It does have a scent to it. It has coconut oil. Check out my recent video on body oils. I talk about body oil versus body moisturizer, and we go over the literature on coconut oil. Adds a moisturizer for the body there, but I actually kind of liked this. The scent was not headache inducing like the Sol de Janeiro one can be, in my opinion. And 2 6-ounce tubs for $19.99. I think that's what I paid last year. So it looks like inflation has not hit Nutrius. This was here last time, the Olay Pro Advance. Was the Pro Advanced one here last time? Actually, I don't think it was. This is a good option for retinol. People often ask, is retinol stable in a jar? It can be, depending on how, you know, the manufacturer can stabilize retinol so that it is stable in jar packaging with re-exposures to air and light. This has retinol propionate. It is a retinol ester, which is an antioxidant. A lot of brands will market retinol esters as like sensitive skin friendly versions of retinol, and that's a little misleading. Yes, technically they're super gentle, but they don't act like retinol can. This also has retinol in it though. The retinol propionate, because it's an antioxidant, it probably helps stabilize the retinol. This also has niacinamide, which you guys know is great for a variety of things, provided you tolerate it, otherwise known as vitamin B3. It's helpful for anti-aging purposes, for dry skin, redness, hyperpigmentation. Then this has some peptides. The palmitoyl part just kind of helps the peptide get into the skin a little bit better. And I believe those peptides largely act by improving the moisture content of the skin. But some peptides may act as matrikines, meaning they help stimulate pathways that lead to healing and repair of collagen. Some act as like carrier peptides, others as messenger peptides, but whether or not they execute these functions in skincare products is still kind of up in the air. Yeah, this is a good product overall. $45.99 for the 2. Then we have the Eva NYC Invisible Dry Shampoo. Now, I personally am not a fan of dry shampoo because it makes this kind of like residue on the scalp that can aggravate seborrheic dermatitis, aka dandruff, and can lead to scalp itch. If you scratch your scalp a lot because of that, you can develop little acne-like bumps called the folliculitis. But obviously that doesn't affect everyone who uses dry shampoo. It's just like, you know, possible issues you can run into with it. So I don't use dry shampoo. It aggravates my scalp, and I just find that I don't have much luck with it. It really just helps to absorb excess sebum. The scalp is some of the most sebaceous territory that you can run into. I mean, it's where all the hair follicles are, so of course it's going to be the oiliest. That's why cleansing the scalp frequently as your hair type tolerates it, up to, you know, once a day, is ideal, because it builds up a lot of stuff. Oil, product, residue. The rice starch is what's going to help absorb some oil. These are back, the Squishables Lip Balms. I'm always kind of tempted to get these flavor bombs. This cute little donut. $9.97. Now, I point this out a lot, but when it comes to lip balms, fragrance is a common reason for irritation from lip balms. But also, fragrance or flavor. This has beeswax in it. None of your beeswax. That can help reduce water loss, but some people are allergic to that. I don't know. Then you also have the EOS Lip Balm. So the kitty one, the Squishables ones are $9.97 for 8, and so that's $1.25 per unit. The EOS Lip Balms are $11.99 on sale right now, $1.33 per unit. These, even though they're marketed as organic, it's like the same issues. We have the sunscreens. They typically have the Banana Boat Sport. This is a good organic, aka chemical sunscreen. It does have fragrance in it, but it does, it's great for sweaty, humid conditions, being outside, doing sport. The sprays, I pointed out the limitations of sprays. You know, you do actually need to apply them very liberally and then physically rub them in to get an even layer. Otherwise, people typically under apply sprays and they get skip areas where they burn. Same thing with this Beach Defense. So the Neutrogena Beach Defense is $16.99 for the 2, and then but you could get this 3-pack with 2 sprays and a lotion for $17.99. The Bondi Sands Self-Tanning Foam Duo has been here a while, and I never see it go on sale, but I've never used the Bondi Sands Sunless Tanner, but I do love their fragrance-free sunscreen. I love it. Fresh coconut scent. So this is going to not offer you sun protection. So if you're using these, they don't protect you from the sun. You still need to wear sunscreen, although there's research to show that the DHA in sunless tanners does offer a little bit of protection against certain aspects of UVA as well as visible light, but you do still need to use sunscreen with them. And I pointed this out in a video recently, but if you're going to go to a dermatologist for a skin check, you want to make sure that you don't use sunless tanner in the week leading up to the visit, because it can make your moles look unusual and make it more difficult to evaluate your skin. All right, the High Performance Dry Eye Relief from Sustain. Now, if you are on Accutane, oral retinoids will leave your eyes quite dry, but here's the thing. I get a lot of questions about topical retinoids or retinols causing dry eyes, and they don't. They don't cause meibomian gland dysfunction. The meibomian gland is a type of sebaceous gland. Topical retinols or retinoids don't actually target the sebaceous gland. They don't shrink it. Oral isotretinoin does, and that's why patients get dry eyes when they're on it. But the topicals do not affect the eye and lead to dry eyes. Dry eyes are very common as a whole. Your eyes are more prone to having dry eyes with age, prolonged computer work. I mean, there are a lot of things that contribute to dry eyes, plus there are underlying medical conditions. So all that to say, topical retinols or prescription retinoids, they don't cause dry eye disease. I have a whole video explaining this too if you want more info. Do not put hydrogen peroxide on a cut. It will just ruin the wound healing process. Same thing with rubbing alcohol. It's not something that you need to be using to sanitize like cuts and things. It can slow down healing. Here they have the Kirkland minoxidil we've talked about being a pretty good deal. 6-month supply for $49.99. Now, this is marketed for men, but women can use the 5% as well. And in fact, in many cases, it's just more effective. The Rogaine for women is 2%, which is like not always super effective. For most men, it just doesn't work. It can work for women, but a lot of women don't get response from the 2%, which, as a side note, people are always excited about that paper about rosemary oil, showing that it was as effective as minoxidil for improving hair growth, hair thickness, hair density. But when they say as effective as minoxidil, they compared it to the 2%, which we know 2% minoxidil is not very good for most people. So it's as good as something that's not very good. In other words, more research is needed on topical rosemary oil for hair growth. Oh, you guys, they have the Hydro Boost gel cream on sale. They're hiding the price. $29.99 for these two. Y'all know I love this moisturizer. This comes in a close second to the Aveeno Calm and Restore Oat Gel Moisturizer as some of my favorites, but that's a really good price for back to school. This is on sale, you guys. It's down from $48 all the way down to $30 for these eye creams. You get, is this the same product? Yeah, you got one larger tube and then a smaller 0.25 ounce tube. What is in this? Pantolactone, that is panthenol, which is actually really good for moisturizing. Rice bran extract. Coffee seed extract may have caffeine, which can temporarily constrict blood vessels and improve the look of dark under eye circles. You also have horse chestnut extract, which can help actually with leg veins, believe it or not, and lower leg swelling. But specifically that is oral horse chestnut, like a supplement, not putting it on the skin. Then they have this also has caffeine. It has peptides, palmitoyl tripeptide 5. There's kind of a lot going on in this that may help improve the look of fine lines, but it's not going to like really change the under eye hollows. That is a stretch, because this is all due to hollows under the eyes related to the anatomy around your eyes. The bone structure changes with age. You get descent of the cheek and the eye socket widens as bone resorption occurs. So that's why those hollows appear more prominent. I mean, moisturizing can help mitigate the appearance of these little lines, but you don't necessarily need this expensive one to do that. Like, honestly, I find that this product, as a facial moisturizer, I find that it achieves a great plumping effect for the fine lines around the eyes. This Lubriderm Daily Moisture Lotion is pretty good. What is the price point here? Like, this is a good lotion for heading into the fall months. $14.99 for all this moisturizer. See, you get the panthenol, B5. You could put this around the eyelids. Probably going to be thicker, which some people don't like that texture on their face, but you likely could use this on the face. If you did a randomized control trial of this versus that Strivectin thing for like wrinkle depth, smoothness, wrinkle density, it'd probably be the same, honestly, at the end of the study. It'd be a good one to compare. You have the good old Cetaphil moisturizing lotion here. How much are they charging for this? It's kind of hidden there. This is good. It has panthenol and niacinamide. This is a good option actually if you have hyperpigmentation under the arms, to use a moisturizer with niacinamide. It can help brighten the underarm hyperpigmentation depending on the cause. Like if you have acanthosis nigricans under the arms, these ingredients are not going to do anything. That's a type of skin thickening related to insulin resistance. But if you have hyperpigmentation related to just like chronic irritation, the niacinamide can help because it interferes with the transfer of pigment packets from the melanocyte to the surrounding skin cells, and it also is anti-inflammatory and it helps with the moisture barrier. Those things together really help support clearing of discoloration under the arms. That's an area prone to hyperpigmentation because you have sweat, friction, any scented products you are using under the arms can aggravate it if you develop irritation to the fragrance. I don't recommend using alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic acid or mandelic acid, especially face products under the arms for those reasons. They can be too irritating. Like they're specifically formulated for facial skin, putting them under the arms where you have a totally different type of skin can lead to more irritation. Oh look, Nature's Bounty has is this a new hair growth supplement? Of course it's going to have high dose biotin. I mentioned this recently, but before like 2007, these high dose biotin supplements were almost unheard of. And now we have an emerging issue of people taking these. And what happens is biotin at this level is going to mess up the accuracy of blood tests, namely like those that are used to check your thyroid. The reason is because these types of tests rely on something called a biotinylated assay, and the excess biotin in your blood can mess up the reading on that, make it screw up the readings. And there's no evidence that taking biotin helps with hair growth in the absence of biotin deficiency, which is super rare. But this also has arginine silicate and inositol, providing 10 milligrams of silicon. That's what is in Biocell, which actually has some evidence, albeit sponsored by Biocell, to improve hair strength and also nails. But you have to take it with a huge grain of salt. Overall, appears to be well tolerated, but the fact that this has a biotin in it, you kind of got to be aware of that. Vitamin E supplements, you have to be careful. They've actually been shown to be associated with an increased risk of certain types of cancer. Like, the best way to get antioxidants is from your diet, from eating fruits and vegetables, nuts and legumes. This is new, the Ascorbic cream, lidocaine, no mess roll-on. This is something that if you have notalgia paresthetica, we talked about this in a recent video on how to get rid of itchy back. This actually can be kind of helpful for quelching that itch. The lidocaine is an anesthetic, although you can develop an allergy to it, but back there on the back, this is an option. It's a tricky situation because what happens is the little nerves that come out of the spine, they exit to innervate the skin at this right angle, and so they get pinched and stretched by the muscles in the back, and it leads to kind of aggravation of those little tiny nerves and persistent itch. And so then patients start scratching because it starts with itch, and then that leads the person to scratch. And then the skin can become thickened and discolored, and that is called macular amyloidosis. So trying to get rid of the itch with moisturizers and topical things to silence the itch really helps break the itch scratch cycle there. Alright guys, Costco did not disappoint. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If so, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!